to the Tina Butty podcast. I'm Erica.
And I'm Dominic.
Today's podcast is going to be about foods I never heard of before I visited the UK.
Bap!
So I've compiled a list, and these are not all things that I have tried, because I still have not tried several of them.
Yeah.
But I'm just now informed upon what they are.
Yes.
Whereas I had definitely never heard of them.
We've got 15 things on the list, and I might talk about other things too, but, you know.
Yeah. So the first thing on the list, I have not tried, but I want to.
You want to.
It's a Scotch egg.
Yeah. You won't catch me trying that anytime soon.
So tell them what
a Scotch egg
is
basically, it was invented by Fortnum and Mason, I think. People think the name, Scotch egg, it's actually not anything to do with Scotland.
Yeah.
It was not invented in Scotland. The Scottish don't lay claim to it at all, I don't think.
Yeah.
It was invented by Fortnum and Mason back in the 1800s as like a little snack food to travel with.
Yeah.
And it's basically because the egg there's an egg in it, obviously, and it's like a hard-boiled egg, which is like scotched in like sausage meat. It's like encased in it, and then wrapped, and then it's covered in breadcrumbs and deep fried.
Yeah.
And that sounds like heaven to people who love fried. It's like meat good, egg good, breadcrumbs good,
well,
deep fried good.
The only thing is, I don't really like English sausage. I'm not really a fan of it.
I think it's not.
But I love a hard-boiled egg, and I do love sausage over here. So
it's sausage meat just wrapped. Good. It's like a ball.
Yeah. It looks like a little
fuzzy ball.
Egg.
It's really cute.
It's shaped like an egg.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's more round than an egg.
And people love them in the UK. People, people love them so much.
I had never heard of it though.
And they make it like Tesco do like mini Scotch eggs. There's like vegan Scotch eggs, there's vegetarian Scotch eggs.
Yeah.
I'd probably eat the vegan Scotch egg, actually.
I wonder what's in it.
Because there's no egg in it, so...
Yeah, or sausage.
That's the reason why I won't eat it. I like the sausage part, and I like the deep fried with breadcrumbs part, but the egg, no.
Not a fan of eggs.
Not a fan of eggs.
I love eggs.
You egghead.
Yeah, I think it sounds good. The people I've seen that have tried it for the first time all like it. I haven't seen anybody who didn't like it. So yeah, I would like to try it.
I think it's I don't know why. I mean, I guess we didn't try it because I don't like them. But
yeah,
I don't remember
even seeing them anywhere.
What?
Actually. Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about this next one because it's in the same vein. But when I go to Tesco and I go to like this, because pre-packed sandwich is a big thing in the UK. That's where they usually are. The little mini Scotch eggs. And they got mini chipolatas. Yeah, in the refrigerated section. And even like some that are individually wrapped, like big ones, like...
I don't know. I don't remember seeing them. But the next thing I'll mention is the sausage rolls.
Yeah.
I had never heard of that. I think that I probably would have just thought that it was like, over here we have a thing called kolaches.
Which is basically the same thing.
Well, no. Because sausage roll in Britain... Okay, so what I would have thought it was like a kolache. If you don't know what a kolache is, it's like a sausage inside basically just a roll.
Like a bread roll.
Like a soft...
Like a hot dog bun.
Sort of, yeah. It kind of looks like that. Yeah. And that's what I would have thought it was. So, my very first morning that I was in Britain, Dominic's like, I'm gonna go get us a couple sausage rolls. I like sausage, okay. That sounds fine, And he comes back with this horrible, flaky, dry as everything pastry. The pastry's dry, has absolutely no flavor.
We were sitting in Hyde Park.
Has absolutely no flavor. I'm used to like Polish sausage. Sorry, that's a tongue twister. Is really popular. Kielbasa is really popular in Texas, and things like bratwurst, and we have like a German population around the central Texas, so German and Polish sausages are what we typically eat in central Texas, and that's what I was like thinking when he came to me with this. But English sausage is more like a big breakfast sausage.
Yeah, it's like a big breakfast sausage.
Yeah.
And
Only it's not warm.
Yeah, it is.
No, it was not warm.
It can be warm,
but it wasn't warm when you gave it to me.
It was like
it had just been sitting out. It wasn't cold, like refrigerated, but it was just like room temperature. And I'm like, it was horrible.
I went to Greg's and I thought, hey, she's gonna like this sausage roll because I like it, and it's really good, and I brought it back and we were sitting in Hyde Park. And she was just eating it, and the wind was blowing, so maybe it would cooled it down a lot, and you were just kind of looking around like, oh.
The pastry was. I had a really cute outfit on. The pastry was getting all over me.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I remember you saying that. I don't like it. No, I don't like it.
It was horrible. You guys, people in Britain love sausage rolls, and I do not understand why. They have no taste whatsoever, and. This is nothing against Greg's, because I love Greg's, like, sweet pastries. They're so good, and I think we've had, like, a couple other savory things.
The chicken bake.
So it's nothing against Greg's. I love Greg's. Greg's is great.
I think we've had a French bread pizza from there once, too,
but
actually.
Sausage rolls are bleh.
Oh, you just say that when you're starving in Britain next time. And a Greg's suddenly pops out of the ground like they are known to do.
I'll find anywhere.
And they're just like, oh, we've only got sausage rolls. I'm sorry. Pandemic.
No, my first trip to Britain. This is like a story time. Actually, I won't get into it. Maybe we can make another podcast about like my food experiences.
Yeah,
in the first
let us know if
Britain.
you want to talk about that.
Yeah, I feel like we have a little bit in various other podcasts anyway. Okay, so we'll just skip
Coronation
right
chicken sandwiches.
Next on the list is Coronation chicken sandwiches.
Not Coronation Street chicken sandwiches. Imagine they started making that. That would be a funny name.
I'd never even heard of Coronation Street, much less, so I couldn't have even like associated it with that. You know what I mean? We were out walking around one day, and we were both hungry, and so there just happened to be like a little deli or sandwich place.
Yeah,
or something.
I can't for the life of me remember where that was. It was somewhere in London.
And we were like, this'll do.
And we were off the beaten track
Which I'm totally not that person. I like to look up a place and make sure that it has good reviews and like nobody's gotten sick there recently from anything that they ate. But I was like, I was hungry and, like, okay, let's just get something in here. And I don't know. I think I just sat down and you were like, "I'll order us something." I don't really remember how this happened, but But once again, he brings me something that I've never heard of, which is fine. I'm like,
so you do something that I never heard of that looks absolutely disgusting.
I'm not afraid of trying things that I've never heard of, or things that I've never eaten. So he brings me this. Oh, this is called a Coronation chicken sandwich.
I'd had it before.
Did you get yourself one?
I got myself one. And to be fair, it was pretty rank.
No, you didn't like it, and I liked it.
Yeah, you liked it. It was pretty rank, actually.
So a Coronation chicken sandwich is what?
It's like a chicken in like a...
It's like a chicken salad,
Like a chicken salad, but with like sultanas.
Yeah.
And like a curry. It's like a chicken curry.
Did it have like a curry?
A curry sauce. Yeah, it's like mayonnaise curry. Like they make chicken tikka out of mayonnaise and curry, sauce for like a cold sandwich.
Yeah.
That's what it was like, but they have sultanas and spices and everything in there. And I'd had it before and I liked it, but this one, I was just like, yeah, this is not so great. And you were just like, yeah, good choice. I like this. I was like, oh.
And, which is really
great. You didn't like the sausage roll, but you love this.
Which is really weird because I'm not, or I wasn't anyway. I've become more of a savory and sweet combo type person, but I was very much someone who did not like to mix sweet and savory together. Like, I've never been that
Which is
big
weird
of a
because in
fan
America that's a big thing.
I've never been that big
Bacon
of a
and
fan
maple
of, like,
syrup.
Hawaiian pineapple. I mean, Hawaiian pizza, that's got pineapples
Ham
on.
and pineapple, yeah.
Or the sweet and sour chicken eating.
Oh, man, that's the best stuff.
But this was completely bizarre, but somehow the flavors worked, and, like, he's calling them sultanas, they're raisins to us Americans.
Well, there's a slight difference between sultanas and raisins.
There's not. There's really not.
Sultanas are like lighter in color.
There is technically, but no, they taste
Sultanas are lighter in color. Raisins are darker in color. I think because a raisin is a dried grape, so a sultana is a slightly dried grape. Yeah, I think is what you would say. Don't quote me on that. No, I haven't looked it up. I haven't done the research, mate.
But anyway, yeah, it was weird. It worked. Either it worked or I was just super hungry, but that's what a coronation chicken sandwich is. The next one on the list is Bubble and Squeak.
Bubble and Squeak.
Which is the cutest name for anything. But I have not tried this one,
It's a traditional breakfast dish in Britain.
Yeah. It looks like hash browns.
It's made from potatoes and cabbage.
Yeah.
And, traditionally it was made from the leftover of a Sunday roast. So the leftover veg, and anything can be in it, but it's mainly made up of potatoes and carriage.
Yeah, I think I've read before it can be like potatoes and Brussels sprouts.
You can have sprouts, you can have carrots, you can have peas. It's all just mashed up, and some people make like a patty out of it and fry it that way. Yeah. But some people just like plonk it in the pan and fry it all up. And why it's called Bubble and Squeak is because, when it's frying in the pan, it bubbles and squeaks. The cabbage does,
Yeah. I think it sounds fabulous. I've not eaten it, but I mean, fried potato and cabbage and onions, like what?
Yeah, I think you like it. You have it with like an English breakfast.
I've seen people online.
People say double bubble, so double bubble and squeak.
Yeah. I've seen people online going, "Oh, it's terrible. It's this, it's that," but they're probably just people like you who don't like cabbage.
I don't. Yeah, I don't care for this dish. I mean, I like potatoes. I like fried potatoes, but yeah, cabbage is just like, nah. It smells like a fart.
Yeah, yeah. So that's another one that I had never heard of, but that I had never heard of, that I have never tried, but that I would like to try. Yeah. I think it sounds good.
Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah.
And again, the name is just so good.
Cute.
The next one on
number
the list.
4.
Yeah, well, I think we're at number 5 because you made me move sausage rolls up. All your fault. Yeah. The next one on the list is chicken tikka masala.
Chicken tikka masala.
Yeah, so I had never heard of that one.
Britain's true national dish, everybody.
You can find it over here now quite easily, I would say.
It's coming over here.
When you go to an Indian restaurant.
Yeah, it's coming over here.
Yeah.
I like it.
But before I went to Britain the first time, you probably would not have been able to find it too easily. It's a Indian dish with chicken and like a sweet-ish sauce.
Tomato-based sauce, yeah.
Yeah. They marinate the chicken in yogurt and spices. Like any curry powder, like garam masala. Yeah. I mean, there's a variety of different ways you can make it, but ultimately, it's chicken in a creamy sauce, and you serve it with rice, or if you're in Wales, rice and chips. And I think it has like
a naan bread. Don't forget the naan bread.
I think it has, like, coconut milk in it.
Yeah, it's coconut.
Gives it a bit of a sweetness.
Yeah, it's like almond or coconut milk in it, yeah.
Yeah. It's freaking delicious. Fabulous. The reason why it's on this list is because, though it is an Indian dish...
That was your first time when I...
That was my first Indian food, I think. Yeah. Though it is an Indian dish, I'm saying Indian in quotation marks. It's the same... It's like a British version of Indian food in the same way that, like, General Tso's or General Cho's or, is an American version of Chinese food.
Yeah. I think it was invented in Glasgow. They claim to have invented it in Glasgow. some restaurant in Glasgow. I think it was an Indian chef that did it.
Yeah.
That invented it, because, you know, it was basically chicken tikka was already a thing, I think, and that's just marinated chicken chunks.
Yeah.
And he was just he complained that, you know, he was like, oh, this chicken's so dry. And so he took it back and he just invented this sauce, you know. He's just like, oh, I'll put tomatoes, put it over. And the guy was like, oh, this is so good,
it's
you know.
Creamy, it's buttery, it's tomatoey, it is absolutely
butter
fantastic.
Chicken is the same sort of thing, except it's not, you know, because butter chicken is more, oh, yes, I've had butter chicken before.
It's not quite as flavorful.
Yeah, butter chicken is more like chicken korma, I'd say.
It's like in between korma and tikka masala.
Yeah. I mean, butter chicken is fabulous. Yeah, I've had it before, but...
The next one on the list is awful.
Awful.
And it's spelled OFFAL. And it is another thing that I have not had and...
Probably won't.
Because
I will never go near it.
I mean, I'll never say never to anything, but I can't see a reason or a time
if you don't know
I would eat it.
If you don't know what offal is, it's basically the animal organs and entrails that are used for food. You know, it's not the flesh of the animal, it's the organ. It's like hearts, livers, lungs.
Yeah.
Intestines, you know.
And how do they serve it? I mean, they just
raw.
They fry.
Raw. They put it all in a bowl, and you just got to eat it with your hands and go, and a nice Chianti.
Oh my god, they do not. Do they fry? They just fry it.
I guess they fry it up. They can. I guess
you've never eaten it either.
Well, I mean, haggis contains an amount of offal.
Yeah.
But it's like it's fried, it's boiled, it's cooked up. But I think you can boil it as well. I mean, sheep's heart on toast. Who'd eat that?
So it's sort of like over here we would eat like liver and onions.
Sort of like that, yeah.
You just fry it up and
it's awful.
Yeah. You know? I mean, is that why it's called awful?
I don't know. It's just like awful. It's like because they use it to say, oh, he threw the offal into the sea, you know.
Yeah.
Because you know, it's the stuff
like
that
chum.
It's like chum. It's tripe. Yeah. I mean, people eat tripe in Britain.
Yeah.
And they are insane. Mm-hmm. Insane people eat
tripe
that.
a lot of places.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And I mean, fair enough. You know, it's like, you know, it's privilege. You know, you're not, you get to choose what you eat and stuff, you know. Yeah. So for some people, tripe and offal, that's all they can eat. That's all they
can't afford to waste.
They can't afford to waste anything. I mean, in China, for instance, they don't waste any.
And really, I think that's when it came about in Britain, is like during the wars, isn't it?
Hard time.
Waste not, want not.
Waste not, want not.
Yeah.
Oh, if you throw food out, you're as good as giving it to the Germans.
Yeah. So the next one on the list is one that I have had. It sounds really weird, but the way that it was fixed for me was fabulous, and it is lava bread.
Yeah.
And it's spelled Lavar.
Yeah.
But you guys pronounce it lava, don't you? Because I didn't realize there was an R on the end.
Well, yeah, that's the British people again. You know, they don't like to pronounce the R so much. It's like R.
Yeah.
If I'm saying R to you, you know, I'm saying A-R-E, you know. R.
It just sounds like you're going,
we are.
Aw.
We are.
Aw.
We are, yeah, we are. But, yeah, lava bread is a seaweed.
It's not. You don't actually have to have it on bread for it to be called. They call it bread anyway. Even if you just eat it out of the bowl, right?
It's seaweed mixed with like an oat.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's seaweed mixed with an oat like mixture, as far as I know. And I mean, it's like you can mix it up yourself and have it on toast.
Yeah.
Or, you know, have it with well, the next one you've got up on
It's
here.
It's like a Welsh thing.
It's a traditional Welsh dish, yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't really find that anywhere else in Britain.
Maybe not. Maybe you'd find it on coastal towns in England and Scotland, but very rarely. If you know, it's a Welsh thing.
So Dominic's dad made this for me one of the times that I was in Britain.
Yeah.
And
he loves it. He loves lava bread. He buys it like fresh.
And I was just like, I was using, if you listen to our previous podcast, I was using my Texas manners. And I was like, I'm going to try this. But I really did not want to try it because it's
fishy.
seaweed.
It's seaweed. It's very fishy. It's oceany. And it stinks of the ocean, too. You can smell it.
No, it didn't. So when Dominic's dad made this for me, did you try it? I can't remember.
I tried it.
He put, tons of butter in it. I don't know how many sticks of butter he used, but he put so much butter in it.
We don't have sticks of butter. It was just, probably half a tub of Olivio.
And,
Butty.
garlic. So much garlic. Really? The garlic is all I could taste. And then he put it on toast. I didn't remember there being oats in it, but maybe I just was not aware.
It was an oaty. Yeah, I think they put oats in it just to kind of meal it out. He
put it on the toast, and he's like, "Okay, yeah, try it." I don't think he was trying to let's see if she likes this. Oh, let's see what she thinks of this. I think he just genuinely was like, "Oh, this is something, from Wales, and here, try it."
Yeah.
I don't think he was trying to laugh at me not liking it or something. But it looked like he'd taken a big spoonful of spinach and put it on the
it looked like boiled spinach.
Mm-hmm, yeah. It was so good. It was really good. It was I don't
I'm not
remember
a big fan of
tasting...
spinach either, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't. I do. I love spinach. I don't remember it tasting fishy or...
Yeah, I remember kind of tasting it was very salty,
you said
seaweed.
You could, yeah.
Yeah, but I could taste the garlic and I could taste the butter and whatever in it. But I was just it's not for me. I mean, I tried it before as well.
Yeah.
And I've just
it's a bit weird because it's squishy and...
Yes, texture as well is one of my things as well. If it doesn't have the right texture... Get it out of here.
But yeah, I had definitely never heard of that. And I always thought it was lava bread because of the way British people pronounce their R's, But it's lava bread. Yeah. The next one is also big in Wales, but I guess it's big in all over Britain. And that's cockles.
Well, in coastal towns and in East End London as well, cockles.
Yeah.
They're like a bivalve, which are like a mollusk. You know what a mollusk is?
I mean...
It's kind of like the same sort of thing as a mollusk.
Like a snail?
It's like a smaller version of one, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a very small version of one. And
I have not had cockles, by the way.
I had one once, because my dad used to get them, and he's kind of I guess he's eating them raw. I don't know what he was doing. He was eating them raw.
I don't know what he was doing.
He was eating them in the bag, I remember, and he had salt and pepper and maybe vinegar on them too.
They take them out of the shell, I guess.
Yeah, and they put them in this bag and they serve them in the market, and he has them. And he says, "Oh, come on, try one." And I tried one, and I was just like, "Nah."
Are they just like clams or mussels or anything like that? They're just chewy like that? Yeah. I'm not a fan of that.
No.
Yeah, I had no idea. Dominic went through a phase where he was calling me cockles for a couple of years. No one knows why.
Yes, I used to go cockles. Cockles.
And I swear to you, I thought it was something that you made up. I was just I thought you were just calling me cockles, whatever.
It was my little pet name for it. I was like, "Come on, cockles."
I was just okay, cockles, whatever. But yeah, apparently it's a little...
I don't call her anymore. I retired it now.
The next one on the list, I'm not
salad
sure
cream.
I've had this either, but it's salad cream. I think we got some once, but I don't know if I
like mayonnaise, but there's a little bit of different ratio of
it's like Miracle
eggs
Whip,
and oil.
kind of, I think you said.
It's there's oil and vinegar and eggs in mayonnaise, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot more egg than there is oil, I think. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'd have to look that up, but it's a different, and it's kind of it gives it a yellow color.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this the other day, just to go off on a side rant. Butter with the carotene and everything in it, grass-fed butter looking yellow.
Yeah.
And we saw someone's story and it was like, "No way is butter that yellow. No,
what's wrong with that butter?
What's wrong with that butter? Why is it so yellow?"
Yeah.
I was like, "It's because it's yellow."
Yeah. I don't know. It's so funny on the internet. You know, if you look up articles about British food or something like that, inevitably there's comments from Americans on there going, "Oh, salad cream, that sounds so weird.
Salad cream, clotted cream,
oh,
you know."
That sounds so unappetizing. Salad cream, you know, and it does. It comes in like a squeezy bottle, like mayonnaise or something like that.
And it was actually made during the war as a cheaper alternative to mayonnaise.
It doesn't freak me out because...
So it might be that there's more oil in it than egg.
Yeah.
Because I think it was made with powdered egg back then.
It doesn't freak me out because my grandma used to do this weird thing, and I don't know if it's like a recipe she found from somewhere or if she just did it, but she used to do this thing where she would cut like a head of lettuce into wedges and serve it on the plate like your own little personal salad. And then she would put mayonnaise on the top and like salt and pepper and then like a squeeze of lemon juice, I think it was. And that was like your salad, you know.
She served that to us a few times.
It tastes so good.
That was pretty much out of the 1950s cookbook.
It looks like it, yeah.
It was like something out of a 1950s cookbook. It's like, yeah, no one eats this anymore because it's weird and it's unfashionable.
Tastes good.
Yes, you think grated cheese on Jell-O. Grated cheddar on Jell-O.
We cannot give away family secrets. Thank you very much.
Family secrets. It's like, no, we don't.
Secret recipes.
We don't want that. Thank you very much.
But yeah. Anyway, you eat mayonnaise on like a sandwich or a hamburger with lettuce on. So what's the difference?
Because it's just better on that. That's how it's supposed to be eaten.
Number 10 is something that I have not tried again, and I had not heard of. It sounds like a made-up word or like a name from Harry Potter or something.
You're a name from Harry Potter.
Again, Britain and their cutesy like names, but it is called Piccalilli.
Piccalilli.
Piccalilli. It's very
Piccalilli
fun to
Circus.
say. It's very fun to say. Yeah, Piccalilli.
Piccalilli. It's basically a pickle. Like a pickle relish.
Okay, yeah.
It contains various vegetables like cauliflower, onion, and gherkin, which is like a pickle.
Yeah.
And like mustard and turmeric is in it too, which gives it a yellow kind of thing.
Sounds
That's
pretty
British
good.
Piccalilli. There's like variants like Cypriot and there's also American ones too.
Oh, is there?
But in the northeastern United States where you can't get to.
Okay, yeah. So what do you just put it on sandwiches?
You can you can have it as like a condiment on the plate with something. I've seen people do that. But yeah, people usually have cheese and Piccalilli sandwiches.
Mustard and turmeric, cauliflower, onion, and gherkin. Yeah, I mean, it sounds
It's
good.
like people use it like ham and Piccalilli.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've got that ham downstairs.
Yeah.
Probably someone would say, "Oh, get the Piccalilli out."
That sounds really good. Yeah, that's one that I have not had not heard of, but would like to try. Yeah.
It's like a traditional mainstay of the Women's Institute. Yeah, the Women's Institute. You know, like the Girl Scouts used to make cookies. The Women's Institute were known for making Piccalilli.
Okay. And there's different variations of it, you said? Or?
Yeah. I mean, Cypriot Piccalilli, it's unsweetened variation.
Oh, no, but I mean in Britain, it would just be these ingredients, these same ingredients all the time? Or there's like different...
You can, I guess you can make it different ways, but, you know, it's
then
usually
it just becomes
cauliflower.
like a chutney, probably.
Yes, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Cauliflower, onion, and gherkin, and seasonings of mustard and turmeric to give it that yellow, because, you know, I've always seen Piccalilli as yellow.
Yeah.
You know, so...
Sounds interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, and I do like the name, Piccalilli.
Piccalilli!
The next one on the list is Marmite.
Yeah, you love Marmite, don't you?
Yeah, it's so funny that I had never heard of that. You know, I didn't include a lot of...
A spoonful of Marmite makes the American go down, the American go down.
I didn't include a lot of, like, typical British things that we just don't do over here because, like, the English breakfast or a pork pie or Cornish pasties or anything like those, because... I had actually heard of all of those things, like in Harry Potter or through reading different things about
Tell them what you thought
the Beatles or
what you thought pasty was.
I'm sure we've said this story before. I thought pasty was pronounced pasty.
Yeah, I can't remember what you said to me.
I was just reading
it was on the
it
phone.
in print.
And you're just like, oh, and pasties.
I want to try a pasty, I said.
It's like a pasty. I was like, what is a pasty? Because I had not heard any American refer to a pasty like that before. You know, I'd not heard it. You were the first person.
Because pumpkin pasties in Harry
pumpkin
Potter
pasty and pumpkin
so
pasties. I was like, pumpkin pasties? I was like, pumpkin pasties.
My mom, and then I'm telling my mom this story then afterwards. She's just like, pasties or something very different. Erica was like, I know what a pasty is. I just thought it was pronounced pastry, like pasty, like
It
pastry.
should be. Yeah, it should be,
Yeah.
but, you know, British people.
Pasty.
Cornish
anyway,
pasty.
I left
Cornish pasty,
I left
everybody.
all of that kind of stuff off the list because I had
Yeah.
heard of all of those things. But somehow, in all of my like reading about the Beatles and swinging London and all of that,
Yeah.
you know, I had never heard of Marmite before.
Yeah, Marmite.
Yeah.
It's Britain's best kept secret. You either love it or you hate it.
And Marmite is...
It's a yeasty... It's a yeast extract. It's a brown paste. Paste? It's like a brown paste that you spread thinly on toast with butter.
Yeah.
You do not spread it thickly unless
Mhm.
you want to die.
Yeah.
And you know, like you see these Americans on YouTube doing, oh, I'm gonna try Marmite for my first time. Americans
Yeah.
try Marmite, and they take big globs of it, and they're just like spreading it on bread or something, and then they take a bite and they go, you know, it's like, yeah, it's no, you don't do that unless you want to kill yourself, you know.
Yeah. So I have tried this one, and I'm not a fan. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not a fan.
I mean, it's not disgusting, but it basically just tastes like, you know, you spread it on a piece of toast with butter, and it just tastes like you're eating, like, liquid salt. It just tastes like liquid salt. I don't taste any other kind of flavor or, you know, reason why I should like it. Again, with Dominic's dad, he had bought some Marmite, these little like Baby Bell type cheeses.
Yeah, Marmite and cheese
and
goes
they were
together.
Marmite,
Yeah,
and
cheese
it
on
was
toast
like-
with Marmite.
It was like a really sharp cheddar, and those were fabulous. So
Yeah.
you know, I like it. Maybe it's just I didn't like it with toast, and I need to try it with some other
Cheese.
things. Yeah, because I know
Yeah.
they've got all kinds of Marmite products in Britain now.
Yeah, yeah.
Marmite crisps.
Marmite
and...
peanut butter.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Oh, you say that,
But
but
Marmite
you'll
crisps might be
you'll
good.
probably have it sometime. You'll be like, "Ooh, this is good."
I might like it on the crisps though.
I love it on the crisps. And you know, George Harrison needs to get credit for inventing that back in 1968, because it's on tape or something. So they should make crisps out of Marmite. You know.
Yeah. So we'll just do one more. I know we said we were going to do 15, but we'll just leave the other 3. We'll tack them onto another list, because I'm sure I can make an entirely new list, and we can do a part 2 to this podcast at some point. But so we'll just end with number 12, clotted cream.
Clotted cream. El Clotto. That was another nickname I had for
El
Erica.
clotted. I'm going to push you out of your chair now.
El Clotto.
Clotted cream. Yeah, it sounds absolutely disgusting.
Oh God! Anyone?
But what is it?
It's cream.
Yeah.
It's cream that's clotted. It's very clottery.
Again, it sounds you're making it sound
it's-
disgusting.
It's basically it's thick. It's like got the consistency of butter but softer.
Yeah.
It's like soft butter, but it tastes like cream. It tastes like the most delicious cream
Yeah.
you'll ever eat.
It's
in
not
your life.
as thick as cream cheese.
It's not as thick as cream cheese.
It's not as thick as butter though either.
It's not as thick as butter, but it has
maybe like whipped butter.
like whipped butter. Yeah, like soft,
Yeah.
like soft spreadable butter.
Yeah, we just don't have
It's almost
really...
like it's almost like the consistency of ice cream, really.
Yeah.
That's been left to sit out a little bit, you know.
Yeah, or like a really thick whipped cream
like a
that's
really
just
thick-
been whipped, you know?
Yes.
Like
yeah.
it's just been whipped, like, and it hasn't been...
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
there's
delicious.
nothing really in America that we can really
equate
compare
it
it to. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, scones with cream and jam. It's like, yeah, and they put like whipped cream with it, and it's like, no, it's got to be clotted cream with it, because clotted cream is what makes that stuff.
It sounds disgusting, you guys, but it is so good. And one time, Dominic was like, "Oh, let's go for ice cream, and you should get the clotted cream and blackberry."
Blackberry, yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, okay, because clotted cream, again, it just sounds clotted,
That sounds disgusting,
Yeah,
man. I had someone actually say that to me before. I was like, that sounds absolutely disgusting,
so
man.
good. And the clotted cream and blackberry ice cream is so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing better than clotted cream on a scone with jam. Unfortunately, we are over time.
We are out of time, everybody.
Yeah,
we try to keep these to 35 minutes, but we've gone over 35 minutes.
I mean, somewhere
and
between...
our producer is shouting at us. Because we're
between...
rambling, you see. We're talking about things.
We literally cannot stop talking
off on
sometimes.
A tangent.
It's just like, we're both just like, crossing our necks, like, gotta end
That's our producer, like, cut it.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you have tried things from Britain that you had never heard of, let us know.
If you thought they were disgusting, let us know.
Yeah, if you've tried any of the things we've mentioned. If you agree with me on sausage rolls, let me know. Thanks so much for listening. We appreciate your support as always, and we will talk to you next time.
Goodbye.